Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, in this episode I'm going to take care of this unusual object for the channel. This is a mechanical calculator. It's a Friden. The model should be the S8 and it's in rough shape but not really bad. We have a broken knob here and a missing one because it's completely broken. Another small plastic piece missing here, but all in all is in good shape. The counter is locked at this position. Some push buttons are bent, as this one and this one. This is pushed down. So I have removed already these two knobs, the side screws, and this is how it's inside. How neat is that? I also have removed this side, and yeah, very cool. I just grabbed this threader, female, in order to try to make the proper bolt, and seems fine to me. So I will prepare a mechanic handle that is also showing the technical manual in order to crank the machine manually. Yeah, machine is frozen to this function, nothing happened, and yeah, must be repaired. So I will remove all the covers and see how the machine looks like. This is with the side covers removed. However, I think since it's not doing anything, and even if I turn the motor by hand, so I really believe that I need to remove also this cover in order to have the complete access down below there. The removal of the front panel, front cover, it gives me the access to the these 2 points, which I believe are the two plates that hold the carriage in place. So let me remove to unscrew that and see if they can slide down, so I can remove the carriage. Okay, I've managed to remove the carriage by the removal of this rear part here, with the removal of these two pinned screws, and this part is doing its job, but this is very hard, and wonder if there is some out of. Okay, very sticky, but however I've been able to make the reset. So if I turn all the numbers, yeah, very sticky again, but it works. Beautiful machine. Look at that. So all this part should move very freely, and they need very thoroughly cleaning and lubricating. However, everything seems fine here. I'm trying to hand cranking, and I need to machine as soon as possible the mechanical handle. However, this register here, this counter should work, and it doesn't. And this lever doesn't appear to be in the good position. It seems bent to me. I'm not sure if it's supposed to hold the tooth here. Need to check the manual. However, it seems that all this part here is frozen and this button is down there, is not coming up. So it seems that it's in the middle of the operation and doesn't come out. So I need to figure out what is keeping this button down below without the reset. And moreover, this register should move and count, and it doesn't. So let's see if I can figure out what is the cause. Well, before to perform any troubleshooting, I wanna clean the machine with kerosene in order to have all the movement clean and smooth, and then we will go from there. Okay, everything is nice and clean, so it's time to make the handle, reassemble the carriage, and see if it works. I already have noted a few wrong things. This is loose, and here it seems that it's missing one spring, but I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. And all in all, it's in really good condition, the machine. By the way, I found inside the machine these pieces of plastic, which seems to match the color of the push buttons. But yeah, no, it's missing a few buttons, but it doesn't match the shape of that. Or perhaps yes, don't know. Okay, so let's do the handle. And by the way, I have also cleaned all those parts. There are bad signs on the sides, and must be taken care of that. But it's pretty nice. All right, I'm back in the lab. This is the machine handle that should allow me to crank the machine manually and avoiding the breakage of the backlight or sort of fiber, backlight fiber gear down there. It's below this plate. It's a driving gear, and I think it's supposed to save the machine just by cracking the tooth of the gear itself in case the machine is jammed. However, the handle seems okay, so make some test, preliminary test, and see what it does. Let's say 5 and 5, I believe is, and multiply it. Okay, so the machine is turning and it's counting. Okay, and it's okay. So it seems that this part has worked, and we have 105. So I think something is wrong. So this should clear the carriage. I think I need to make with 2 hands. Carriage doesn't clear. Okay, let me do with 2 hands and see what it does. Well, I was struggling trying to understand why the machine at a certain point frozen up. And I've just discovered that my handle is in the way of this tooth here. So it simply just can't go down all the way. So I think I need to machine a groove in the handle here in order to have the groove for the finger here, for the tooth. Yeah, let me do that and test again the machine. Well, testing the machine with the handle appeared to work in all the functions with the exception of the division. So I wonder if it's a matter of speed. So I decided to take the motor apart. So this will give me the access on the back side of that, so I can clean everything there. And since I've washed it literally with kerosene, I wanna remove all the brushes and open it up and see how it looks like. Also, the governor over there is quite wet, and also there are brownishing discoloration, so I want to check those. Yeah, see if we can use it, and moreover we'll check the capacitor. So let's do that. Well, as expected, the brush is wet, so I think I need to clean them up with all the from all the kerosene, and I believe also the rotor of the motor must be cleaned up. So yeah, we continue this task. This is the rear of the governor, and there is quite a lot of varnishing signs. These are the brushes that are not so bad. This is also wet, so I need to completely dismantle the motor. So let me remove the last screw. Okay, and let's see, it should slide out, and indeed it does. And yes, as you can see here, it's quite wet, so must be cleaned and polished. I also see something weird here. Perhaps it's for that is very weird. I don't believe it's because the balance of the motor. That is very weird. Okay, let me check more in depth if it's something that has been put here by mistake, but I don't believe so. I think that for the moment I will leave like that. So, okay, let's see how it will come. Well, I think that this is lead, very soft. So this for sure is for balance the weight. There is some perhaps there was an unbalancing, and to fixing that has been placed some lead. Okay, let's clean it up and see if we'll be able to rotate. Okay, I've just cleaned with sandpaper the rotor, and I'm in the process of cleaning each single element here, because the carbon dusty by the brushes and copper because of the cleaning with the sandpaper may short this single element. So cleaning one by one should prevent and avoid any shorts. Later on I will clean more thoroughly with a small toothbrush. And that's it. Yeah, this should be fine. I'm just lightly cleaning the varnishing of the governor here, and Yeah, there are some signs of some spots. I can't understand exactly what have caused it. Oh, look at that. These are the rivets. That's okay. So I will also need to take care a bit of these points. These are the speed regulator. Well, the way it works, it's really smart. The speed of the governor itself will make this small spring leaf tend to the centrifugal speed tend to release the contact here, and by adjusting this screw you can adjust the point where it leaves the contact, and the softer is the spring, the lower one, the lower will be the motor speed. So this is a very smart way to have a sort of self-regulation. So let me finish the cleaning up of this and see how it will come. Okay, I've cleaned all the brushes with IPA. The rotor is cleaned, the governor is cleaned up. Still there are some marks, but I can't get deeper scratches of that. So it's time to check the capacitor in the machine and then see if we can power this motor. Okay, everything is reassembled. So I have connected to the variac. I'm very low in voltage, so shouldn't turn at all. Very dangerous setup. So this should make it run. Yes, it starts to run. I'm at 50 volts. Okay, and the 90 volts, 110, and I'm hearing the points over there that are flashing. Yeah, you can see sometimes some spark, and that are the points in the governor that are regulating the speed. So it works. So we can test the motor onto the machine. Okay, I've reassembled the motor. I have, for convenience, reassembled temporarily the counter's cover just to have a better view of the numbers, and also to fix the resetting. So very simply we can reset, so the motor is spinning perfectly. We can make some simple add, 55 plus 55, 110, so pretty nice, and 55 minus, again 55. So these basic functions are working fine. Then I can make the multiply, so let's say 25 times 25, which should gives 625. Yeah, perfectly, and 25 operations. So at this point, I want to make a division. So if I made again 625 plus minus to reset the counter, and then 25 divide. Yeah, we have 25. I should have set the point over there. So the machine is running pretty fine, and I wanna clean everything, polish the metal part, glue back this, and reassemble everything. And all the numbers have to be finished and giving the ultraviolet protection. But all in all, seems that the machine is working pretty fine. And yeah, here we have this function that if there is a mistake in digiting, it resets the counter. There is an additional function that I still need to understand. It will not in this way. If I move that, it will pre-charge this counter. I'm completely unexperienced with these machines, but yeah, it seems that all the functions are working as they should. And this is a very nice achievement and make me feel that I can go ahead with other machines with different models, more complex like the STW10, or perhaps if I will be lucky enough to find the one that made a square root. So let's go ahead with the finishing in the looks and the aesthetic, and then I'll be back. Well, another point about these older machines, which has the 2 pins plug for the power supply, it seems that it's almost impossible to find an original plug, since they are made with rubber and decayed very badly, and it's almost impossible to find one in good shape, at least at this age, at this point of time. So I came back in the workshop and I decided to machine some contact with the CNC lathe with 2 contacts, just a small cover. So I think it should work fine. So the idea is to plug this, solder the wire right in the hole in the back, and this will be mounted here, if I will find the way. Yeah, and should good enough, and at least I can have a plug. And I decided to make more, since there might be the chances that I will find some other machine. So since I have set the machine, the CNC machine, just a matter of few minutes. So let's go ahead with the assembly of the plug and see the final result. Okay, last thing that I have done is the cleaning of each single key studs or bracket or whatever they call it. It has been a very, very annoying task. It's quite a lot of work to clean each single key. I have also repaired a bit the lettering here with the color, and I think I will go over other keys later on. So let's reassemble all the machine and see the final result. Back in the lab with the machine completely reassembled, I have plugged it into the 115 volt rail up to there. This rail is 115 volts. The machine can operate only at 115, so no modification can be done on that. The machine is complete in all the parts, but I still need to prepare the knobs here and here that I will need to receive some material, so I will do later on. But all in all, the machine is in good shape. The result is quite promising, and if I call some function here, it's doing pretty fine. No problem. If I go below 0, the bell is ringing. I can reset. I can make some multiplication, no problem. Very silent, works very smooth. I can make a division. Let's do that. Something that sounds crazy. Yeah, gives the result and the rest. So the machine is working pretty fine, and aesthetically it's very, very nice, I believe. And moreover, the only real problem that this machine had, apart the two bent keys, it's just a matter of cleaning. So the machine model is the S8, and down below the machine there is the serial number together with the model. And if I understood the serial number means, it seems that this machine has been manufactured in 1950. Now, what I've seen in the net is that there is a very huge lack of information about this model. And actually, we only have information about the STW10. But all the other models seems that no information, mechanical and technical informations, and as well as the instructions about this machine. So I can't believe that such a complex and very famous machine is not available any information like that. So if you have any clue about how we can find some useful information for those machines, please let me know. And I really appreciate to collect also even in digital media instructions and maintenance manual. Another very pretty thing that I have seen in the STW10 maintenance manual is the leather briefcase for the mechanical, for the field engineer. That is really pretty. If somebody of you have any clue about that, I think it will be very, very hard to find one. But if anybody of you have some clue about one of that, I will be very interested to have one. Something make me think that this will not be the only one in my hand. So that's it, and I hope you have enjoyed this trip, and I'll be back soon.